This again. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Kossi's Arsenal podcast. My name is Kossi, and it is now. Yeah, it's on now. We are going to speak about the European Super League. First and foremost, we are also going to speak about the fact that Arsenal are going to be kicked out. This is not a prospect. According to UEFA, according to FIFA, according to all the footballing federations, La Liga, Italian Serie A, and a couple of others, they have confirmed that all the clubs taking part in the European Super League are going to be banned, actually have been banned. They have been banned from Premier League, from Europa League, from the Champions League. And yesterday, according to rumours, because Fabrizio said it's not yet taken as a decision, but it is in the pipeline, European football competitions like Champions League and Europa League of this season could actually be halted. So you know what I mean, when we say halted, they could actually be stood. That means, you might have Arsenal being kicked out of the, of the Europa League this season. You could have United kicked out of the Europa League this season. You could have Madrid kicked out of the Champions League this season, as well as Manchester City. So this is serious, guys. This is serious. I did a video yesterday, and I don't know whether it was because of people are not yet there. Because by the time I did that video, many bloggers had done this video. Sky Sports had written about it. I don't know why people were not informed. So the matter of the issue here is Arsenal are getting banned from the Premier League, Champions League, and Europa League. Where does it come from? Yesterday at exactly 10:30 UK time, I think it was around 30 minutes past midnight in my country, Arsenal, Manchester City, Manchester United, Tottenham Hotspur, and a couple of other clubs that have confirmed to be part of the founding clubs of the European Super League confirmed, and that they announced on their respective blogs and websites that they had actually signed to join a new league, a breakaway league called the European Super League. So it was announced yesterday. It is a done deal. It is done. It is dusted. Arsenal have joined the European Super League. But that is not where the problem is. The problem comes with the implications of that decision. Because before 10:30 p.m. at around should we say 7:30 p.m. UK time or 6:30, around there, the UEFA, the governing body, had released a joint statement from FIFA, UEFA, La Liga, Italian Serie A, and the FA, confirming that they do not consent with the idea of a breakaway league. You understand? Thank you so much, Majuma and Reza. So that is where all the havoc starts. That is where all the havoc starts. So UEFA confirmed that no, we are not in consent with this new league. We do not actually accept this new league. And they stipulated penalties to all clubs that will engage in this league. The penalties included: one, you will not be playing in any domestic competitions. That means clearly, because for me, I'm more interested right now on this channel. I'm more interested in Arsenal and football as a whole. I don't care what Liverpool, adore. I don't care what City are doing. I'm interested in football, and that's why I want to kick out this league. I'm also interested in Arsenal, and that's why I want Arsenal to get out of this league. So what actually happened is UEFA confirmed that no domestic football. So that means Arsenal will not be playing in the Premier League. You will not be playing in the FA Cup. You will not be playing in the Carling Cup, which is the Carabao Cup. Those are the domestic competitions you're talking about right about now. They also confirmed that they will not be engaging in any European competitions, i.e. the Champions League, the Europa League, as well as things like the Super Cup and all those ones, and of course the International Club World Cup. So FIFA also went ahead and said the players of these clubs might face a ban of not playing, representing their countries at the international level. So that is how serious things are. Arsenal, we might see Arsenal next season playing in one competition like this. That is the European Super League. So clearly, I know by now some of you know what the European Super League is, but if you do not know what it is, I'm going to try to make you understand just a little bit what the the European Super League is, and probably try to share the picture. 12 clubs have come, 15 clubs actually will be expected to be the core, but 12 clubs have come together so far. They have created a midweek league, a midweek European competition where there will not be weak, poor teams. And those giants are giants from Spain, the giants from Italy, the giants from England. It is also reported that Leipzig, Bayern, and FC Porto will be joining the European Super League as soon as practical. So that is where the idea comes from. The rich gang, the owners, it has been made by the owners of these clubs. It's not made by anyone else. It is the owners that have organized this league. So they're literally taking away the power from FIFA, from UEFA. They're making their own league where they can actually share the money and do whatever kind of thing. Where it comes, because it has been in the pipeline, I think for the past 1 or 2 decades, the idea of a European Super League has been there. Many people have been talking about it. But why it is up at this point in time, these clubs are saying that if UEFA is trying to make changes to its competitions, like the Europa League, trying to make changes to its competitions, like the UEFA Champions League, yet they are not going to earn more money or extra, big amounts of revenue, why don't they create a league where they can get more and more money? Because just to be clear, and I don't want you to get excited because it's not the reason that's why I did this video, but Arsenal will get around 3.5 billion just to restructure and invest in the squad. It's 3.5 billion to restructure. That is what we will get by accepting to be in this one. We shall get that 3.5 billion to restructure. Remember, the club itself is worth 2.1 billion, but it's going to get 3.5 billion to restructure. You can see now that this is a league purely made for money. By accepting the invitation, every club will get 300 million. 300 million just to accept the invitation. And what I think is, because Arsenal fans are desperate, Stan Kroenke could do this. He might decide to get some money, pump into this Arsenal side in the summer so that he makes us keep quiet. Because I think that is what Arsenal fans are going to go for. I don't think if Arsenal fans see probably, who do you want? We want Odegaard. He signs. Who do you want? We want Hakimi. He signs. And I'm actually now not surprised that Arsenal is strongly and clearly linked with Ashraf Hakimi, £50 million, and a serious journalist like Fabrizio says this is a deal Arsenal are interested in and they want to go and do it. Because every time Arsenal is linked with an expensive player, the first question we ask is, where are they going to get the money? Arsenal do not have the money. But the last time Fabrizio was talking about Arsenal and the transfer plans, he was clear. He said, Arsenal want Hakimi. He's going to be expensive. But clearly they love him. So that shows probably that this is a summer where we're going to spend the devil's money. But for me, the issue in this video, and I want everybody to tell me what you think about Arsenal, Arsenal not playing in the Premier League, in the Europa League, in the Champions League. ever again, probably, if that is UEFA has this, if UEFA doesn't turn back on its decisions, we might be banned forever in domestic football. What does that mean? Because they have said that as soon as the men's league is done, they are coming up with the women's league. And one of the things I'm asking myself is, what about the under 23s? What about the under 19s? Are they also going to have, a European super leagues? That's the first question. But let's get into the point of the video. What does it mean for us not to play in the Premier League? What does it mean for the fans? Because this is something that has been done without any consideration of the fan. No consideration for the fans, no nothing. It is clearly Arsenal, about Arsenal making money. And of course you can't be surprised that Arsenal is clearly looking at making money. Of course, after facing the fact that Stan Kroenke is our boss, he's American, all he cares about is money, and they're just introducing a new business model in football. Because when you read that, they're saying that they are trying to help the existing economic model of clubs because they have suffered during the COVID-19 pandemic. And for me, why that is unrealistic is, what about West Ham? Haven't they been affected? What about Leeds? Hasn't Leeds been affected? What about Notts County? Haven't they been affected? What is going to happen when Arsenal doesn't play the Premier League anymore? First and foremost, this is what's going to happen. First, let's talk about the league itself. You're going to play because the way it is structured, it is 20 teams grouped into 10-10. You understand? Grouped into 10-10. Clubs. Group A and Group B, they'll have 10-10 clubs, and those 10-10 clubs will play what you call a league of 10 home and away games. So that is around 20 games, probably, or 18 for a club. I'm not so sure, but I think it's around 20 games. So after the 20 games, then you have the top 4. The top 4 now will qualify for the quarterfinals, semi-finals, and then you have the final on a neutral ground. So it is more like what UEFA and FIFA want to introduce in the Champions League, and this is why UEFA and FIFA are not actually innocent in this. They're not innocent because it looks like these men here are responding to UEFA. Because UEFA is making changes starting in 2024. And they're saying that we're going to make these changes. Yeah, we are making these changes starting in 2024. And these clubs do not agree. And now they have started the league. And UEFA is shouting. Why are you shouting? UEFA, FIFA, they have failed to deal with the vices of racism, the vices of whatever things that are happening in football, the financial fair play, the money that has been introduced in football. UEFA is to blame first and foremost. FIFA is to blame first and foremost. They brought in the FFP. And Manchester City, remember, City had been, had been culpable of the FFP, financial fair play, remember? And then they were let go. Clubs have been spending ridiculous amounts of money, and now they are in debt. I was surprised. Barcelona have $1 billion in debt, $1 billion, and much of that money should be paid across a very short period of time. Same as Real Madrid, same as some other big clubs. Because it's the money that has spoiled football, and now more money has been injected to correct football. It's disgraceful, very disgraceful. Because look at it now. Barcelona is having a $1 billion debt. We're talking about a Barcelona side that has been winning the Champions League in the past decade, making it to semi-finals and quarter-finals. Madrid is mired in debt. A Madrid side that has been winning the Champions League in the past decade. For all as I know, they have won it more than anyone before. So, and they've been getting 100 million probably as prize money. 100 million. Instead of UEFA reinforcing the fact that you should spend that money that you have made, what they have actually done is they have said, okay, injecting some money. It's okay, The mismanagement in UEFA, in FIFA, has caused this. And now they have laid heavy penalties on Arsenal and all these other clubs, which is understandable. It's understandable because these clubs as well have not looked at the fan. They have not considered the fan as a fundamental pillar of football. They have not considered the grassroots. They have just said, you're going to get 3.5 billion, the owner takes 2.5 billion, and then the club takes 1 billion. Look, as Arsenal fans, we want to sign Mbappe. We want to sign Haaland. We want to sign Neymar. We want Lewandowski. But if I have Lewandowski, it won't make any sense if we are out of the league. It won't make any sense. You're out of the league, but you have Mbappe, you have Lewandowski, you have, it's going to be so plastic. And the way football has been structured is just perfect with its imperfections. Perfect with its imperfections. Because when I say it's perfect, is you have City at the top, Liverpool at the top, United at the top, Chelsea at the top. Then below there, you have Tottenham, Leicester City, Arsenal. And these three clubs are trying to revolutionize football to go back, at the top. That is how football has been structured. In 2004, no Arsenal fan was saying we are ninth. We had a run of unbeaten games. You can't imagine. 50, 49. That is the way football has been structured, that competition, healthy and unhealthy competition, has been there. Go to German, you'll see players, fans are closed in cages in some games because there is healthy and unhealthy competition, and that's what makes the game count. That is why it is one of the most followed, games, sports in the world. That's the fact. But because it's a game that has been, it's an area with a lot of potential to make money that has not been tapped well by European countries and European superpowers, Americans have come in. Now they want to tap and harvest something they did not actually create. This is ridiculous. It's just so ridiculous. Because if Arsenal do not play again in the in the Premier League, what does that mean? Sincerely, and this is determined. This is so determined because UEFA warned before they announced that yes, we have joined, and then after some time they joined. They announced that yes, we have joined 12 clubs so far. And today, of course, they have said that they're going to talk with UEFA and FIFA to see whether they're going to allow them. Now, what if they don't allow them? That's the big question. Where do you leave the fan? It's crazy. It's so crazy. But guys, I want to know your thoughts. I don't know whether you know this league. I've seen so many people's accounts really, but if you know this league and you understand what it is all about, share with me in the comment box. Share with me in the comment box, because this literally means Arsenal not playing any more football in the Premier League, in the Champions League. What does that mean for you? No Champions League football, no Premier League. That means there is no ambition in football. They have taken away the ambition in football. And that's the first thing that we've got to think about. The ambition in football has been taken away, literally. Yeah. Literally, the ambition in football has been taken away. So, because Arsenal will not play any qualifiers for Champions League, because if it is the Super League ahead of the Champions League, Arsenal are going to be qualifying automatically as a founder club. So there is no need to even if you played the Premier League, whether we finish 10th, we are already in the Champions League. That's what it means. Whether you're West Ham and you've won the title doesn't mean anything. You're not going to play Champions League football. It's funny. It's so funny. But anyway, guys, we need to respond to this. Everton, Leeds United, West Ham, Leicester City are the teams that are going to their championship next season. Look, okay, Eamon says PSG could win the Champions League today. Exactly. Because if you look at the Chelsea is in it, City is in it. Who else is in it? Real Madrid is in it. So probably PSG. We could we could hear an announcement that PSG is now champions of the Champions League. That is ridiculous. But anyway, a big shout out to PSG. Big shout out to PSG. Link is there if you want to join and have your say about Arsenal being banned for joining the European Super League. But a big shout out to PSG because they have, if you talk about money in football, they're the face of that word. They are the face of money in football. But they have said no, you're not going for it. And that's just brilliant, isn't it? They said no, we are not going for it. They said we are not going for it. That's the beauty around it. That's the beauty around it. So we have joined the Super League. I'm not going to do any more videos about it. I'm telling you for facts. Unless there is something new, I don't want to do any more videos about it. Nothing. So if you want to have your say, this is the time. How are you doing, Eamon?
Yeah, I'm good and hungry.
I know you must be angry, but first and foremost, what?
Did you hear that every team that won't play like Liverpool, Arsenal won't play the Carabao Cup. They're out of the Premier League and the Champions League. That's disappointing.
Yeah, that was confirmed yesterday before these ridiculous announcements, and UEFA said that each club that takes part in this is going to be penalized by being thrown away out of the domestic competitions, out of European competitions. And they still went ahead and announced. But anyway, how do you see Liverpool? How do you see Liverpool and Arsenal without Premier League football? How would that be?
For me, I love football. Now, with this competition, what are you going to do? You're going to watch big games only. I like to watch like games against Liverpool. Who's in the Champions League this year? Everton, Leicester, West Ham. Who's got what's Champions League now?
Yeah. It's so funny. I'm looking at everyone here is speaking about this disgraceful event, but okay, first and foremost, Amen. I think this is for the money. We need to be very clear. This is for the money. Kroenke as a national owner wants to make money, and we know that. And I told the fans yesterday that there is no way Arsenal is going to be out of this if there are loads and loads of money. And now it has happened very clearly. But do you see it as a decision that could be reversed and the Super League wiped up? Do you think, or it's here to stay?
Look, I just heard that the winner of the Champions League after this competition will get 100 million euros only, and the winner of the European Super Cup will get 1 million euros.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Anyway, I don't know what to say. I just don't know what to say. But anyway, thank you so much, Ayman. Thank you so much. Guys, we shall meet later.